Okay, today's the day I've been waiting many years for. This was one of my dream cars. We finally got it. We finally got it running over the last 7 months. Hammered out a lot of the kinks, and now it's time to build that perfect, beautiful F1 exhaust for this car. Now, stock, it sounds pretty good. And you guys know that, but today we're taking it to the next level. Okay, we've got all the stainless pipes we need. We got 2 X pipes because we're gonna be building a custom double X pipe for this car. Our buddies at Valvetronic sent us out 2 valves muffler systems. We got all the whole wires and whole system to make it work. We're gonna be installing that once this is in. These are great because there's a valve right here, so from the touch of a button, you could have that refined, quieter note, and then you open up that valve and boom, it's loud. And with that double X pipe and that refined sound, it should sound like an F1 race going on. I used these on my 2017 Mustang GT and they were phenomenal. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm stuck. The quiet still sounded good and the loud sounded awesome. So I'm really excited how they're gonna sound on the M6. Let's get started. Guess what, guys? We got channel sponsors. So welcome to the family, Liqui Moly and G-Technic. 2 companies that we love to use because their products are really high quality. So Liqui Moly, we always use their oil and other fluids for oil changes. And it's great because, especially jumping into all these Beamers that we've been doing lately, they sell, the exact oil that you want to put in your BMWs. I'm happy to introduce them to the Backspeed family. G-Technic, so if you like cleaning your car, detailing your car, you might know of G-Technic. They are like the highest level quality that you could possibly get. And when we have 10 cars at a time, we do a lot of cleaning. We do a lot of oil changes, and we do a lot of cleaning. So having their products on hand is amazing. And once again, welcome to the Backspeed family, G-Technic. The links for both of these companies will be in the description of every video. So make sure you give them love. Tell them that we sent you. Most importantly, they believe in the project and they believe in the videos that we make and want to help us help make awesome content. These are the big ass mufflers, really restricting that beautiful sound that comes out of the car. We will be replacing the mufflers with the Valvetronic ones. We're gonna have to reuse these hangers. So we gotta make sure we cut these off precisely and put them exactly where they need to be. So we can reuse those hangers. Then it comes down right here. And this is where you see, I'm pretty sure it looks like there was some kind of resonators there or something, and it's been re-welded, so someone did something already. You got this little spot right here that kind of looks like an H pipe. I don't know if that's just connecting the 2 pipes or if that's actually an H pipe. We got 2 hangers there. You got some more resonators right here, and then it goes right back, and then these connect to the headers. Now this car comes with factory headers, and this is what they look like. They're beautiful. And that's what helps give it such an amazing sound. They do have cats on them, but they're actually really free-flowing cats. You really don't have anything to gain by swapping out the headers. Doesn't mean we won't one day, but for now we won't because those headers sound amazing. They don't really restrict power. So we're focusing on the header back to help really refine that sound. Step number 1 is to design the perfect double X pipe. It's kind of like one of those double helix that they call it. We got very little room to work with right here, so we gotta be really creative in how we can get this to fit. Something like that. Because I wanna reuse the hangers.
Now that those mufflers are removed, now it's time to cut off whatever this is to make room for the double X pipe. Let's get chopping. Oh, look at that, dude. It's smoking too. This is a straight pipe right here for this F1 engine. Now, we gotta put this back on the car.
Okay, so Lenny cut off the tips for both of our X pipes, and we're building a double helix. Now, the double helix will help give it that exotic F1 sound that you want. Unfortunately, they don't really sell one. There were some double helix, but they're very expensive. These are both, high quality. I bought them on Amazon, just regular generic X pipes. We're gonna build our own because it's much, much cheaper. And also, this is gonna fit better. What we're dealing with right now is a massive problem in spacing. We have a tight little space, and one X pipe would have worked great, but we gotta do the double. So that's why we're building it ourselves. And like any kind of exhaust work is, it's put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. Just keep checking, making sure that everything's perfect. Okay, the double helix is in. Now, I can make two pieces of metal stick together, but it's not gonna come out pretty. But I can make it happen. So that's exactly what we've got going on right here. Lenny polished up the original pipe right here that we have cut because it's like fitted perfectly. I'm gonna fit that right there. I'm gonna weld this on real quick. This is gonna have to be all custom to the new mufflers because the new mufflers are like 1/3 of the size of the old ones. So we're gonna get some weight savings as well. This is gonna make it sound really special. Now we still have the existing H pipe right here. The H pipe right here serves two purposes. One, it's part of the mount system right here, which helps keep everything straight. At the same time, H pipes are good because they work as like a scavenger. So at the lower RPMs, to keep the exhaust gases for back pressure. So we're gonna leave that, but by adding this double X pipe, it's gonna help with the higher RPMs and that beautiful sound that we're looking for. So I'm really excited. Yeah, I still can't wait to hear this thing scream. After spending so much time on that custom double X pipe, we realized that if we wanted to get this exhaust done in time, we had to shift into maximum overdrive.
So what we're gonna have to do is reutilize these old hangers built into the M6 muffler as it is. Now it's gonna take some engineering and some creativity, but I think we can do it. Okay, so I removed the actual little rubber hanger part that touches the car, basically to give me more room to get my cutting wheel in there. This isn't gonna be pretty, but it's functional and that's all that matters. And we're saving money, guys. A little bit of persuasion. Just like that, boom. So basically, it bolts in like right there, and then this will need to be welded onto the muffler.
The brackets are in, so basically it's just gonna go right up here. It's just tacked right now, nothing too permanent. Most of the piping right now, most of this exhaust is all just tacked in. We're just trying to make sure everything fits right. Once everything's fitted, we could pull the entire piece off as one big, one-piece exhaust. Clean up some welds, make them look some pretty. Remember, a grinder and paint will make you the welder you ain't. So we've cut two separate pieces, and you can see those cuts aren't perfect, but they're getting somewhere. This is a slip fit, connect this, create the ultimate connection for right here to right here. Barely is enough, that's all that matters. And then we gotta take the entire thing off because it'll be one big piece. Weld the entire thing, refine everything, clean anything that looks like it could be cleaned, shiny. Remember guys, chrome gets you dome, so shiny is always a good thing. One thing left to weld on while it's on, and that is the last hanger right here. We'll go over here, kind of like what we have going on right here. Right now, these welds are temporary, so we're just gonna get one more on.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, the entire exhaust is now dropped again. Everything's tacked and pretty much fitted. What we gotta do now is completely seal everything. So anything that was tacked, go around with a thick bead. It's not going to be the prettiest thing, but that's why you grind it, re-weld it, grind it until, you know, it looks decent. A lot of this exhaust is great from the factory. The only thing is that obviously it's dirty. This can be repolished. All you got to do is just, you know, spend some time, and, you know, this could all be shiny again, which we'll do eventually. But for now, repolish this right here, completely weld. So we got our H pipe right here, factory H pipe. This is important, like I said before, with the scavenging of the exhaust gases. Then we go to our double X pipe custom. I don't think anyone's done a double X pipe on a V10 M6, at least that I don't know of. So this should make it sound very exotic. And then we go right back here to our Valvetronic mufflers. So thanks again to them for sending these out. These are great because you have the power of a muffler and a straight pipe at the same time. Little button, which you'll see very soon when we wire it up. Press that button, boom, it goes straight pipe. Press it again, boom, it's quiet. So we get the best of both worlds. So let's get to work, let's start welding. Pretty much done. So a lot of grinding, a lot of welding, but our perfect F1 exhaust system is built. Now don't get too close, okay? The welds aren't that great. They're grinded down because I'm not a welder, okay? I can make two pieces of metal stick together and that's about it. But at the end of the day, this is function. That's purely what it is. It's designed to give it that beautiful F1 sound that we want to hear out of the beautiful F1 engine out of the M6. So we got straight off the factory headers, go to this thick girthy pipe to the resonators. Now you could delete the resonators if you want, but resonators are actually a good thing. They don't hurt power, they help refine the sound. So you keep the resonators. Then we go to the H pipe. So I basically bought two cheap, you know, Amazon X pipes, and I put them together. And making this fit was very difficult because they're closer together here than it is on the exit here. So a lot of grinding and cutting and welding, and of course, you know, we never have the perfect tools. We're always missing, you know, something. So it took a little bit of time, but it's done. Then this all shiny pipe all the way, and tons of cuts from here and here and here and here and here and here. All the way to our Valvetronic muffler. Let's put it in the car. Okay guys, we got everything wired up right now. So both muffler systems are connected. So this is a little vacuum box, and basically this plugs in right here. So you could plug that into a cigarette lighter, and a lot of BMWs have cigarette lighters in the rear. We don't in the M6. The cigarette lighters are up there. So what I do have is I have it going to the cigarette lighter fuse right here. And this is just one of those fuse taps. They're really easy. You just plug it right in and just connect it to the negative and positive of that wire. So we got it going right there. You know, negative straight to the battery. This is a big vacuum line right here. If you can see, it goes right here. Drilled a little hole, put a little grommet right there. Fitted that. That goes to a T, which goes to basically both muffler systems. So very simple, very easy. Luckily, BMW knew that when this car would depreciate over 20 years, that I would somehow get my hands on it and want to straight pipe it with a Valvetronic design. And that's exactly why they designed this little strap straight from the factory. So anyways, everything's connected now with this little button, this nice little metal piece that they give you. Basically, I just press this and boom, opens up. Then I want to close it, and it closes really fast. So super simple, awesome design. Time to hear how it sounds. the valves closed. Not too bad. Let's hear it when it's open. Holy shit, this thing sounds like an F1 car now. And I think a lot of that has to do with the double X pipe and the stock resonators just refining that sound, and then straight pipes all the way back. You know, last night I was breathing in all that chromium, just welding all that stainless steel together, and it's finally worth it. So what an amazing sound. Let's hear it with some load on it. Let's go take it for a drive. This thing sounds like a fucking Lamborghini. It is amazing. It sounds better in my opinion. Just driving, the actual like suspension, the way it feels. It is a heavy car, it is a big car, but it doesn't really feel that big. It doesn't feel super nimble like a tiny little car does, but it doesn't feel as heavy as it is. It doesn't feel as big as it is. You've got a very unique power curve. It's not like you have that, you know, chassis twisting torque off the line, but you have that amazing horsepower ride all the way up to 8,000 RPM. Guys, it's crazy to think that, you know, you could pick these cars up for, you know, under $10,000. What you get out of it. I mean, a high revving V10, you just don't get that out of anything. Okay, well, there you have it, guys. A V10 straight piped custom exhaust, and that's what it sounds like a fucking F1 car. It sounds amazing. And I know this car has been incredibly neglected for so many years, and you know, we're in the middle of restoring it. We probably should have, you know, fixed some things instead of go jump straight to the exhaust, but we just, you know, we had to do it. So up next on the list is those throttle actuators. They are on their way. Replacing those is essential. Because the code, I guarantee if I start this car up right now, that code's gonna come back and it puts you into limp mode. So we gotta change those out. What I'm trying to do is get a company to sponsor one of those carbon plenums that are like $6,000. So an entire carbon plenum that goes to the carbon airbox, I think would be really cool. So if we could get our hands on one of those, that would be cool. Next thing up too is this atrocious roof right here. I mean, part of the reason I bought this car and picked this one was I know it was broken, but the paint was in such good shape. Paint is so expensive. I could do a clutch job, I could do, you know, little things here and there. Paint's super expensive. This car has such great paint. The biggest cosmetic flaw with it is the roof. This roof, the California sun has destroyed it, just completely decimated it. Now I removed the wrap, but we got to restore this, and it's a little bit harder than just grabbing a can of, you know, 2K clear and just spraying it over. You got to sand this down much more and potentially reapply a gel coat onto it. You know, I'm going to try to find a carbon fiber expert that can lead me in the right direction on how we can restore this, but I want this to come out nice because the rest of the car is pretty nice. And then of course the atrocious seats, that has to be done as soon as possible. The good news is that the seats are very comfy. You know, the padding inside of them hasn't been completely destroyed. whether I get these reupholstered or I could find some nice white seats. But you know, we've come a very long way with this car, and I'm pretty happy with what we've done so far. Another possible thing we could do is go the supercharger route. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something you're interested in. I know the manual swap, trust me, I want to do a manual swap, but I just did all that work to put the clutch in, and the SMG is supposed to be, you know, a fun experience. So I'm not so keen on jumping into a manual swap, but maybe we'll do that later on. Or maybe we'll get another V10 and do a manual swap. Either way, thank you for watching. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe for more awesome updates. We do all kinds of cool builds. We got, what, 10 builds on the channel right now? So we got so many different cars, you know, we're playing with right now. So go check those videos out, and we'll see you in the next one.